Okay, in this video I'll show you the process of downloading the sample files in the assignment to create and publish a web form, and using them to create a simple form that will be the beginning of your page. Your page doesn't need to be that much more expanded. The simple form will have a couple of fields. I'd like for you to get maybe at least four fields, as many as you'd like, not too many obviously. And then change some of the coding to add new input tags with HTML5 attributes. There's more information about that in the text preceding the assignment, also at W3 Schools. So I'll begin by right-clicking on webform.zip, saving this link. I'll put it on my desktop folder where I keep my files, F. Rodriguez, save it. I'll follow it along there, show in folder, and got my email running because eventually this is where the result will be shown. It's going to be in my email. Now in the webform.zip, or rather in my folder where the zip file was downloaded, I'll right click and tell it to extract all. And I can just I'll probably just leave them here for now. I'll double click the web form folder that appeared, and I'm going to take a look at these three files. The file called simple form 1 HTML is going to be the very basic form that we see. Thank you is going to be the outgoing message once you complete the form. It'll take me to this page, which will then you can put in additional navigation buttons to get you out of it. And we also have the PHP file, which is the script file that will make all the magic happen up in the server. Let's start with that one. I'm going to right click and edit this with Notepad. And if you're not familiar with PHP, it's a very straightforward scripting language. It runs all over the place. This is what runs WordPress. This is what Facebook is based on. I mean, it's very, very popular. So the beginning, it just basically says this is a PHP script. If the fields that are being submitted by the user are empty, don't process them, just exit that loop. And then it double checks, make sure that our two fields are complete, both full name and email. Otherwise, it'll tell you to fill out the form, the whole thing. And then once it decides that it's got enough information, it will email it. In this case, it's to some random user. I'm going to change that to my email address so that I can verify the result. You should put in your email address. If you put in mine, I'll get the email, but you want to be able to check it yourself. So put in your email there. And then the new form submission will send me the contents of the name field and the email field. And then it will go to the thankyou.html file. So, like I said, hopefully this is not too confusing, but the script basically says, check out the form. Is it full? If it is, then process these two fields and send them via email to this email. I'll close and save, and go on to the next thing that we need to see. Simple form 1 is going to be the main file, so I'm going to change the name to index.html so that when I go to this folder in my server, it loads up right away. I will edit this with Notepad, take a look at it. There's a little bit of CSS styling on top. You should probably, if you're going to do any more with this file or any other file, I would recommend using an external CSS file, but for now this works okay. Simple HTML form sample. You can change the title to something else. It follows the method of post, and then it will actually load up this action, which is going to be the PHP file that I just opened and saved. It's going to ask me for my name. The field is currently called full name, and then for the email address. And all of these can be, if you use design patterns, you can copy and paste and change the field names for the rest of the assignment. Then it will load up the script that will verify a couple of things and then pass this along to the PHP file, which is up here. So I'm happy with this, as happy as I can be. And finally, there's a thank you. This is the last thing that we'll see after we complete the form. I'll edit this, and it's just a little message, thank you. How about if I change this to thank you for submitting, or something like that. Anything you want. This is your page for you to change. I'll close and save. And these three files that I have just moved around and changed, I'm going to go into my FTP client, in this case CyberDuck. I connect. I'm in my public HTML. I right click and I'll create a new folder. Since this is week 7, I'll create week 07. Double click to open it and upload these three files. Just drag and drop. And they're up there. So now I can go back to my browser and check out, see what I got on those pages. So frodriguez.weareIT.com is my server, and I'll type in week 07. Since this is an index page, I get the page right away. So it says your name, email address, and I'll just put in some random information. I'll say random user. And my email address can be anything, random@user.net. I will click on submit form, and this leads me then to the thankyou.html page that we just edited. It now has the new message, thank you for submitting. And then depending on how fast your server is, you'll get an email, maybe immediately, maybe in a little bit. It'll be something like this. It says that you, F. Rodriguez at birkin.websitewelcome.com. Birkin is the one of the subnames of We Are IDT, the processes that are helping us publish online. So it tells me that somebody with the name of random user and the email random@user.net has submitted this form. And thus I know that I was successful in creating a form that takes information through the post method, sends it to an email, and it's now yours to change to have a couple more fields and for you to play with the HTML5 attributes.